Is she doing it to the meat?
Yeah.
I guess so. She's not saying anything. Did Shay die?
Oh, what? Yeah, I didn't know what roll that was for. I said I just can give you a +2 on one of the rolls.
Yeah, I think it was leaving it up to you which one to give it to.
Oh, yeah, then the meat.
Oh, okay. Then 12 feathers from each bear, 14 pounds from each paired bear, and you get, let's see, with a 25. So pretty, ow! It hurt myself, help!
They should be like +2 for arrowheads at the very least.
If she ends up using them for arrowheads.
I think that was the idea.
Yeah.
Ooh, they would also make really good knives. I'd say there was like bear claws, which are what, 2 to 4 inches?
2 to 4, yeah.
That's pretty good for a knife.
You get, I'll give you... I'll give you 13 plus 1 claws. How's that sound?
I like that.
How are we divvying them up?
That's
I
between
mean,
you three.
You rolled really well for them. I wouldn't mind giving you most of them. So, 6 and 7?
Okay.
I mean, it was off of a base 10, so she rolled really well. Well, actually, you're right. She did roll really
Well, I mean,
well. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I initially took it as you were talking about all the rolls were really well, and I was like, wait a minute. But no, I see it.
All the rolls were quite bad taken together. I rolled a d20 and rolled 2 4s, a 1, and a 2.
And an 8.
Yeah. And an 8's right next to the 20, so that was close.
Oh god, on that first roll, you rolled a 1 and a 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and a 4 and a 2.
And then a 17 and an 8.
It was the worst.
It's okay, you gotta roll, you gotta warm up them.
So it was 14 pounds of bear steak from each of them?
Mm-hmm.
That's 70
Whoa,
pounds altogether.
They're big animals.
So, I guess...
I'm gonna have to see how many arrowheads I can get per claw. Or if it's just like you tie 1 claw to the end of an arrow and it just goes burr.
Well, I mean, if they're really that good of quality, then you should be able to make multiple of them, because arrowheads aren't very big, and theirs are long.
An arrowhead's about like an inch.
Yeah, and these things are 2 inches, so that's there's at least 2 from each.
True. I mean, the only things you have to consider is that it's not like a solid brick of material. It not only tapers, it has a hollow core.
So let's say 2 from each.
I'd say you could probably eke out 2 from each claw.
Cool.
With a bunch of scrap left over.
Monster Hunter.
Such a woo.
So
Are we splitting up the foods?
there's there's one thing I needed to check. Because I think this is the... Thinking on it, this might be the one thing that didn't make the Foundry exchange.
What?
Ration tags.
Oof.
Because,
Get a bunch of those.
I think I need to go back on Roll20 just to get a number.
While he does that, can I roll to look for flowers?
Yes. You can roll to look for shiny flowers.
I mean, fuck, if they're shiny, I'll do it. What's that again?
Is there more stuff for Yellow to smoke?
I was making a joke.
I mean, yeah, Samson has a bunch of it.
Ah, that's why y'all want Samson in her life. He's her dealer. Never fall in love with your dealers, folks.
Is that a thing people say?
I think.
It is not, but also...
How would you know? You're uncultured as a glass of milk.
I feel like, I don't know.
I don't think you want to know the answer to that.
I really do. Either
She's
way,
straight
it's
and
either a
she knows
very
all.
interesting answer, or you're wrong and you're gaslighting me, you uncultured glass of milk.
Either way, skill issue.
Side tangents aside, what do I roll for the flower?
No, throw a fucking
Same
D20
thing
at the
as
wall.
I like how when
Focus
Shay's trying to prove your point, you get upset.
What do you mean? She wasn't trying to prove my point.
You said something about not falling in love with your dealer. Jay didn't know if that was real, and Shay was gonna be like, you see, actually. You're
No,
like,
she
"Shut
said
up."
it's not. She was disagreeing with the point.
So you just want like a flat D20, no investigation or nature?
Yeah, it's flowers. You're in the middle of a rainforest. And I can't
Okay.
imagine this being a very useful item.
But
I
they're
mean,
pretty.
can I roll nature though? Because that's something you find in nature.
If you want to roll nature,
No,
go
roll
ahead.
nurture.
You roll whatever your heart desires for pretty flower petals.
We do not want Nim rolling for nurture. She's got like a -20 to that.
Okay, so yes, it did not come up. I have to
25. You find... You look around and realize that the forest is teeming with flowers.
Fuck. I'm going to just start picking.
Woo! Deforestation! And being captivated by the little circles Nim is making in this little brush alcove. Pick, 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 pick. Nim pulls up a flower, but unearths a small, tiny creature with a big nose.
And it screams.
I'm gonna. If it does, I shove that fucker back on the ground immediately on
On site.
Oh my god, I know what you were getting at, but that's not what I was going for! You were talking mandrakes, right?
Yeah.
I was talking Pikmin!
It screams on site.
Then puts it back and continues.
What? Nim doesn't want a bunch of Pikmin?
No,
I don't think Nim needs to control more fucking creatures.
Hey, she's got to animate objects. Once
That's
they die,
enough.
she could just animate the object.
Bro, that's morbid as fuck.
Yeah, necromancers exist.
I'm aware. Okay, so
When are we gonna meet a necromancer in TOZ that isn't Zanzibar?
Hey, he's not a necromancer, remember?
He knows necromancy.
Anyway,
Doesn't practice it.
He doesn't need practice.
side tangents aside, how much meat do these guys have?
Ed, how much meat did you guys collect? Didn't you say it was like
70
70 pounds?
Yeah. 14 times 5 is 70.
Oh, cool. And
Oh.
did I miss the amount for feathers too?
I forgot I never put in the gallons of oil either. What happened now?
Did I miss the amount said for feathers too?
12 feathers from each one. So that's 60.
Fog. How many flowers do I pick if I clean this entire patch? Minus the Pikmin.
There weren't actually any Pikmin. It was a joke.
I figured, but still.
Cringe.
I don't know. 17. 17 pristine, gorgeous flowers.
Fog.
What's the party doing?
How do you guys want to divide this meat? I'm thinking like 2-pound slabs?
I mean, to be honest, that's gonna take forever to cut.
1-pound slabs?
That would take even longer to cut up.
Why not just leave them in big chunks for now, and then as we need, we cut the pieces off?
Well, did we cut them? Did we cut them in 14-pound chunks?
I wasn't thinking that far into it.
I feel like leave them as big as you feasibly can.
We'll say 5 pounds. So 554.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, either way, even if you leave it in a big chunk to try and conserve on tags, every time you use it, you're going to have to use another tag. You can't
Which is why I think if we did divvy them up by 1 pound, we'd only waste the 1 tag per each pound we use.
Yeah. Like if you portion them out in portion sizes, theoretically, yeah. Depending on how frequently you use it, you could either be using more or less tags, but I don't think it's that much of an issue right now because you still gotta have a ton of tags.
I'm 147.
Yeah. And most of your meals have been catered, so you haven't even been using that. It's only been every time you've eaten from a supply of rations that you would have to re-tag.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
So with the water from the decanter, right?
Yeah.
If we were to introduce Adam to it, all the water would evaporate, right?
Like if you were to put a piece of piece of Adam in
Piece
the
of
decanter?
Adam. Not in the, but like in a container containing water from it.
Yeah.
If it was salt water, would the salt leave too?
Yes.
Damn.
You just wanted to season it, didn't you?
No, I figured if we brined it in salt water and then got rid of all the water, we could make rations really easily.
Hmm.
I thought you were talking about dropping a piece of Adam in the decanter. I'm like, where are you going with this?
No, that'd be later.
That'd be a waste of a decanter.
I think you'd be fucking cool though.
I mean, I don't think it'd be as cool as you think.
Sure, eco-terrorism's always cool in Minecraft.
It wouldn't be eco-terrorism. You'd just break the decanter.
That's still cool.
Jade, you good?
I'm talking about nerd things.
Oh no, Jade's dead.
Ow, my shoulder.
Oh no, she's actually dead. What the hell?
She might just have to step away for a sec.
I forgot I
chill.
Oh, she's back!
Yeah,
I
What
thought you died for
happened?
real.
I wanted to.
Why'd you
Oh,
want to?
cool.
Why do you want to die?
I'm
She has
tired.
presentations.
I thought you liked being friends with us.
I'm
Why would she like that?
tired.
Alright, so I think I'm gonna use 14 ration tag on 14 of them and leave one of the 4-pounders for us to make for breakfast.
Yeah.
So with that we have 66 pounds of owlbear meat. All rationed and tagged, and I
Parrot
could
bear
put
meat.
that parrot bear meat, and I will put that in the bag of holding.
Podgers. Oh, where is Snowdrop? Did you leave Snowdrop at the tower?
No, Snowdrop's on Nim's head, probably. It's just I didn't feel like dragging the token every time I moved Nim.
That's fair. I mean, you know you can highlight both of them.
Yeah, but since Snowdrop's
Oh,
smaller,
yeah,
and we need big
I
distances-
remember. So what does the funny party do now?
Eat breakfast?
Take out our earplugs.
Oh yeah, let's take out our earplug. And then
Hearing restored.
Samson's gonna go up to Nim. As I assume did she pick the flowers already?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice flowers.
Thank you. And then Nim is gonna put one in Samson's hair.
Is it purple?
No. It goes with his hair color. I mean, it doesn't match, it just pairs well.
Okay.
Well, now we're gonna need art of that, so we can know what color it is.
Or I can just look up what colors go well with purple real quick and tell you.
But you wouldn't know Samson's specific shade of purple.
Yeah, she's only seen him for the past year.
Yeah.
That is true. I forget
it's
artists
yellow.
can. I forget artists can just look at a color and be like, "Oh, it's this," as opposed to a nice
I'm about to
periwinkle.
shark loose it.
What?
And then we'll
Try
also
again.
get
Do
Sam-
Bella
better.
a flower.
Samson's pretty periwinkle hair.
I
I'm
should
about to
redraw
perish
Samson
your
with
winkle.
chartreuse hair and periwinkle clothes.
I know where you live, and the
Not for
coast
long.
doesn't matter.
His periwinkle hair and chartreuse cape hanging
I
daintily
mean, it's
over.
greenish and purplish. It works. AU Samson.
That
If
sounds
Samson
like
ever
the
goes
worst.
dark side, that's what he looks like.
You know what? Yeah, that fits. Those are the colors of evil. Anywho, Samson's gonna go. Anyway, you can make us like a little fire pit.
Okay.
What you talking to?
This little section right here. Hold on, I can draw it a thing.
Also, how long are we going?
Yes.
Until I sleep.
When is that?
Till Jade just passes out.
Until,
1 in the morning, she said.
No, I was gonna say after we stop.
So we go until you pass out, but you only pass out when we're done.
Yeah.
So
None
1
of you can
o'clock.
ever leave. Welcome to Mahjong.
So welcome to. So we're going to 1 a.m. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, 1 a.m.
So, this area, Nim uses the, geo stuff. Move around.
Yes. In that little gray circle in between the three of you.
Yeah.
No, 40
Gray
miles away.
square.
Well,
That'd be fucking
I
awesome.
asked
Random
because I-
shot 40 miles away.
I
Puddle.
asked because I really couldn't tell that there was even a shape there.
Actually, I'll move it a bit. Like, I'll move it right here. A bit away from, like, this really close tree.
Alright,
There's
and
your
then
hole.
So Samson now has a fire pit dug by Nim.
And then Samson will start a fire.
Is there a roll for that, or?
No. I think the desert cowboy.
Would know how to. Yeah, I just don't remember
Also,
if there was a roll.
People have tinder boxes, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was a
Yeah,
tool.
If anyone here doesn't know how to start a fire, I think we're in trouble. They have
I mean, we
severe
had
memory
Nim
loss.
for the longest time, who can now just make fire.
Nim's
Yeah.
been able to do that for the longest time.
Yeah, Nim's been able to do that almost the whole time we've known her. And Hyala obviously knows how to make fires because otherwise you freeze to death. And Samson knows how to make fires because
Otherwise you starve to death.
But Yala
Yeah.
wasn't part of the fire making track. She was part of the spear making track.
Don't you know that you use a fire to make the spear?
you gotta do all the things.
Yeah.
Oh my back!
Alright, and Samson will divvy up the, let's see, if it's 4 pounds, just divvy it up in about... He'll divvy it up in about 8-ounce segments for each of us. And then give Gallus some and be like, you mind making some rations out of these? Never
Sure.
know when we'll need them.
Since it looks like we're gonna be standing around this fire, Nim's also gonna make some chairs for everybody. Like benches.
I imagine
Little
Phil was
stools.
already sitting on the ground and she's just like suddenly lifted up and is like, what?
I just imagine her eyes kind of just widen a slight bit, but nothing else changes.
Yeah.
I forgot to make chairs.
So wait, how much meat can I throw in my inventory?
It would be 2.5 pounds.
Meat. 2.
Raw, so of course. More when you cook it. Less. That's the answer.
2.5 meats. Pounds, that was the word I was forgetting.
2.5 meats.
Samson do a nature check
Sure.
to check for any herbs that would be good to to any herbs and or vegetables? I have a hot Calahash if you want me to season it with it.
I'm just imagining like some of it falls into the fire, like blows towards Yala, just like woo, and then falls off the bench.
Woo! You get a 5. You don't find any usable herbs or veggies.
Can Yala look?
Shala can look. If she knows what Samson's trying to go after.
I mean, she assumes food. She just looks for edible stuff, whether that's like vegetables or mushrooms
Shala
or
hunts
whatever.
for them edibles.
Yeah. Well, no, but yeah.
Shala finds some tasty looking mushrooms on some nearby trees. And then a badger pops out.
She whacks it on the head with her quarterstaff.
Then it turns into a mushroom.
Cool.
And then it turns back into a badger.
Let's cook it.
Tastes like honey.
Yeah. She'll offer them over to Samson.
Thanks, I was looking for something like these. And then
I believe
he'll
the Red Bull.
so he'll put them in like a little bowl and then ask him for the decanter, and if he gets it, he'll put salt water in there and
And
sort of
dust
like blanch them.
Nim hands it over.
All right, then he will blanch the mushrooms.
Samson blanches the mushrooms.
Woo, blanching!
They're gray skin. They're not gray. Brown exterior and gray undersides give way to a pasty pale color once blanched, and the water has turned a milky blue.
I literally feel like I'm reading Dungeon Meshi right now.
Yay!
Woo! I don't know if that's a good thing, but woo!
Samson has just become Senshi.
Yeah, that
Samchi.
I'd be lying if I said that wasn't something that I was planning.
Nerd.
Yeah, you take inspiration from your favorite media in D&D? What a fucking loser.
You play D&D?
So
What
when,
a fucking loser.
so when's Yala gonna become a jeweler?
No, that's wrong campaign.
Ah.
That's and also not my character.
So Yala's going to become a psychic.
No, Yala's going to be... Never mind.
Hello? What were you about to say?
Not on recording.
Excuse me?
DM
What were you gonna say?
Not on recording. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you when you're older.
DM me!
me. DM me first.
I'll DM Shay.
No!
Shay, don't tell me, right?
Shay's just gonna immediately tell Jade. There's no fun in that. It's just
That's
like a
not my
telephone
problem.
with extra steps.
Talk about a time to stop listening.
So yeah, Yala's
Alright.
gonna become
I'll DM you.
something. Which one of us? There's 3.
You, the viewer. I will DM you.
I genuinely
Check
saw
your
you
mailbox
sticking your
and
finger into
Tuesdays
Cam.
business days.
That's right. If you're one of the first 1,000 to comment on this video and you like and subscribe, comment the word tuna, and I'll DM you what I was about to say Yala would turn into.
I feel like that's counterintuitive to not saying it on stream.
Yeah.
Alright, I DM'd you.
No, thanks.
I just haven't sent it. I'll do that after the stream. After the section.
Alright, well I gotta go to bed soon, so I guess we gotta call this.
Wait, for real or are you memeing?
I'm memeing,
Oh, okay.
mostly.
Leastly.
I don't know how much steam I have, so by 11:30 we should probably check in and see whether I'm awake or not.
Poggers. Alright, so you've made your blue milk water blanched mushrooms.
Why are they... What the fuck are they turning blue?
Oh no, the water's turning milky blue. The mushrooms
Why?
are now ghostly pale.
Drink it.
They were brown with gray undersides, but now all their colors kind of just seemingly drained.
We're artificially colored mushrooms.
Jesus Christ, I took all the blue...
Wait, I think I have a
boiled out,
spell
I
for the-
blanched out all the blue dye number 42.
Now they're healthier.
There actually is a type of mushroom that turns blue when it's damaged. It's called the blue milk cat, but that's for another place.
There's also one that bleeds.
Yalla's gonna dip her finger in the weird blue liquid and taste it.
Bitch,
It's
it's boiling.
Yeah, you just do a quick swipe.
Nim sticks her hand in there because
Samson sticks his face in there!
the difference is it'll only hurt one of us.
And Mr. Golem sticks Mr. Golem in there.
Oh no!
Mm, sand.
But anyway, Yella dips a
I wanna try
fingy
it
in.
too.
Yeah, it's not like it's just like a quick like swish to get enough of it to taste. Like you
What's,
do when you're
what's all
cooking.
the fur on the tip of her fingy?
Nom.
But yeah, no, it's kind of creamy, very earthy, also got a bit of a woody flavor, but it's pleasant.
It's pleasant.
I'm gonna try. Mm.
Tastes kind of earthy, kind of woody, you know, kind of pleasant.
Samson's thinking if he can turn this into booze.
You can turn it. Samson's about to start making kombucha because I swear, if Samson's about to start making kombucha,
Oh my
I'm
fucking
leaving.
god, no! It better be no kombucha making in this campaign. Kombucha.
This is nice. I wonder if I could get drunk off it.
Is kombucha even alcoholic?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah. It's made from fermentation.
And it tastes awful.
They have
That's
they're supposed to keep it below a certain level, but they don't.
true.
I know because we tested it in one of my labs. Not here, this was an undergrad. We don't do cool labs here. At least
That's
I
about
did.
right.
Except for the
Yep.
pig blood.
Of course, the
Pig blood,
Californian.
pig blood, pig blood.
Of course, the Californians would work with kombucha.
I mean, my group did wine, which is also very Californian.
That's true. I remember I saw a movie about the California wine industry.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
were
go
also literally like a 20-minute drive from like 4 to 5 different vineyards.
We're getting off track. Mushroom broth.
Hey, Hal, any chance you can find me more of these mushrooms?
I can look. And she goes off and looks. Sweets.
Where are you?
I'm looking for the room. The mushroom. Oh, oh, oh,
What was that sound?
oh,
No
oh.
dying noises. If you make
I-
dying noises, I'll boop you.
A survival.
A survival?
Mhm.
Is that... Are those words?
It's one word.
In what language?
Survival.
That word.
Oh, survival!
No, survival.
Survival.
It sounded like some kind of South American carnival.
Survival.
A carnival named
Everybody.
Survival is fucking wicked. That's
Welcome
going
to
into
festival.
campaign notes.
Welcome to Festival Survival. We've come to participate in Survival. But yeah,
If you see the sunrise, it will be a miracle. In the event of survival.
Oh, you still have a point of inspiration, don't you?
No, I use it.
You don't? You don't currently have a point of inspiration?
Who knows?
Can I make a roll before I figure that out? Sadly, I do not.
Do I find mushrooms?
Wait, so sadly you do not?
Sadly, I do have one, which means I
Oh.
do not have the space for a new one.
Okay, no, I would have given you a point of inspiration.
I understand. 'Twas my own folly.
'Twas your own folly. I'm glad we can agree. Roll me 1d10, Hyala. Hyung, however you say your last name again, I don't remember.
I rolled a 10.
Well, you must have felt very energetic about picking these mushrooms because you've obtained 10 pounds of the fuckers.
Woo!
Yeah, I just imagined Hyala like runs around to like all of the trees in this area
She
and
goes,
just like
she goes sniff, 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 and finds it. Oh my god, Yala's a truffle tabaxi.
Well, considering she just took 10 pounds out of a local area, I'd say she's a truffle hog.
But she's not a hog, she's a tabaxi.
Yeah.
She... Please tell me you all get the wordplay.
I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're just trying to hog the spotlight. Oh god, there's ghosts in here.
No, not boo. Blue. Blue.
So Yala comes back with the mushrooms.
Are
Yeah,
you
Sally
saying
comes
boo
back
or
with the-
boo-earns?
Here's your mushrooms.
Who would say boo earns? I was
I
saying boo earns. I love Mayor Moleman.
Moleman's a good character, and he has one of my favorite jokes in sadly not a Simpsons episode.
I was saying boo earns. Anyway, Hyala comes back with the mushrooms.
Yeah. She'll hand him like a pound.
What?
Did you have like a sack that you could stuff them all in?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And Samson will just go, instead of taking the pound of mushrooms, we'll just offer her a ration tag. If you put this on the bag, we could just save it for later.
Alright.
And then she eats the ration tag.
Oh God,
Oh.
Jade. You're the best.
You people not from the mountain eat weird stuff. First gold and silver coins and now this.
I don't
First
know why
mahjong tiles and now this.
Anywho, the Methuselah, you can now add a sack of mushrooms to inventory. Knowing you, it'll probably be labeled something like mushies. Or
No, it says mushrooms, but the description is so much shroom.
Such shroom. Mush.
Mushroom. Mushroom. Much mushroom.
Much mushroom.
Much mushroom.
Much shroom.
Anyway, now what y'all doing?
Survival. I guess we eat.
Yeah.
You
We
eat
have
your
brekkie.
meal. Brekkie obtained.
And then
We'll be keeping her ears out for any more things that might try and steal our food.
So you've eaten, you've kept watch. How long do you sit here before going back?
I think after breakfast we get like half an hour.
Added half hour to the clock.
All right.
What should be the time now?
So we got here. Nim woke up at 9. Nim woke up at 9. We got here just about immediately after. And then I don't know how long we were stalking the pair bears. How long do you think?
Ah! Ah! I knew you should have added. So a negligible 9 minutes.
Okay. And then eating half an hour. I'd say probably like a little after 10.
A little after 10 it is. What the party doing now?
We'll put out the fire pit and head back.
Unanimous decision.
I assume.
I'm fine with it. Then we'll cover the hole.
Kiala, oh yeah, that's why I said put away the pit.
Nah, just let it burn.
Let it burn, let it burn. I hate this entire continent. If it all burned away, I'd be just happy and fine. So the hole's packed up everything and you head back?
Believe so. Alright.
Oh wait,
we can
how
head
long
back
would it
and
have,
grab that tray.
how long would it have taken for you to break down the parrot bears? Because that definitely took a while. Maybe another half hour?
Yeah, so I'd say we're close to 11.
Okay. Well, you'd be closer to like 10:30 if it was only a little after 10.
True.
So it's about 10:30ish and you head back?
Yeah.
Alright, do your skit and your oil while I prep stuff. By prep stuff, I mean I click a button. That moved you so much faster.
I think because there's a lot less here to
Load.
Yeah.
No, it still shifted to you about as fast.
I mean,
don't
the
know.
first time always takes the longest time.
I suppose.
Yeah. What the fuck type of target is that?
A square one. What the heck?
It was just so perfectly like intricate.
Yes,
yeah, it was on accident too.
Very
Yeah.
nice to look at.
Anyway,
Anywho.
So you talk about anything on the way back?
Um,
Or is it just a silent trek?
no, we'll talk about stuff.
Does Samson keep the flower in his hair?
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic.
Samson, as we're walking through the forest, Samson will be like, "Remember that time I turned into a sheep?" Because I don't. And yes, he does say that with all the comedic timing.
What does he say?
She was like, I don't.
Huh. But I thought you guys said I did.
I'm sure you did.
So you get back to where you left Zanzibar, and you see quite the sight, because Zanzibar is just lying there, head up to the sky, and there's literally a crowd of animals just snoozing around him.
Aww.
Like, there's owl bears just resting, parrot bears resting. There's even a couple of snails just clung to the tree, just chilling. It's like one of them watering hole moments.
A Zanzibar.
Where the hell is Nim walking off to?
Bye bye.
Hey, where's Nim?
Nim's like, I fucking can't anymore. I won't. I refuse.
No, saw that and I'm like, you know what? Just no thanks. Bye. You guys have fun. I'll chill over here.
I was gonna go look at trees.
So anyway, Samson just walks him. He's like, "Oh, how cute!"
Yeah.
Gotta get some
he's gonna
old black parrot bears.
He's gonna keep his distance
Yeah, come
and
back
not like
here.
wake everything up. Yeah.
You're three.
Hey, join us.
And while Zanzibar's just got his head against the tree, eyes closed, looking up at the cannery, you just hear him go, "You three have fun."
We had breakfast.
He just raises up a hand. He just does gimme hand.
Please slap raw meat into his hand.
I was gonna give him a high five. Samson gives him a high five.
Kayla puts one mushroom in his hand.
So Samson gives him a high five, and then Yella puts a mushroom in his hand.
Yeah.
At least it's not the other way around. Or Shell puts the mushroom in his hand, Samson just squishes it
Squish.
into mush with no shroom. I think that second cup of coffee made me really jokey.
Well,
And you just see him
I
take
think
his,
that cupcake made you
take
want
his
to go to
thumb
bed.
and he rubs it across the mushroom, and then you just see him open one eye and look. Well, at least there's 2 out of 3 people with a brain here. Thank you, Yala.
She just nod and go back to climbing random trees.
And he just starts flipping it over in his hand. Ah. Blue caps. These are good. And he'll just pop it in his mouth and start chewing on it raw.
Yeah, she's really. Everyone seemed to like them. So I grabbed a few.
Decomposa azurosa. The wood-devouring mushroom. Sick trees they cling to and they turn the wood into good liquor. No, Samson! Not a liquor!
Oh.
That's what gives
I was
them...
thinking these things could make a good booze.
You know, I'm not surprised, but I hate to spoil your spirits. In order to make alcohol, you need sugars, and well, they break down wood, which yes, technically would contain some sugar, but they don't actually have enough to make a liquor out of.
Is there a decanter of sugar?
And he just kind of like slowly turns to you with this just tired look on his face. No.
Now Nim's sad.
I was tempted to have Samson say, how come magic isn't helpful when I want something? Oh well, it was worth a shot. At least they're good for food.
They are. I mean, I suppose you could go out of your way to try and infuse them into a liquor, but all the earth and the wood notes, it's not going to work out well. At least I wouldn't think so. You'll have a bottle of boozy dirt by the time you're done, which might be some people's things. Certainly not anything I'd want to drink.
I know TJ would adore that.
What? Like alcoholic dirt?
His favorite types of sake are like the really earthy dirt ones. It's funny, he's like, oh yes, I love drinking dirt.
Why are you all standing so far away?
Oh, we didn't want to interrupt whatever that was.
What, this?
Yeah, everything seems so peaceful.
I mean, unless you go trying to stab something, though I wouldn't suggest it. As he kind of fingers away a patooey bird that's kind of hopping on a nearby branch, trying to land on his head.
Is it Jerry?
Flip
No,
coin.
Jerry's in the south.
You're right, Jerry's in the south. No coin flipping for you. It's not Jerry.
Big sad. Miss Jerry.
Jerry's probably dead by now.
What? How long do those things live?
Oh no. Just because they're not supposed to be eaten doesn't mean something's not stupid enough to try.
But it's Jerry. He's got a name. That gives him
Yeah.
plot armor.
Exactly.
That only gives him a +1.
That could make all the difference.
Exactly.
Haven't you ever heard of the watering hole effect, Samson? Oh wait.
Yeah, but I figured that was for, peaceful animals.
Watering holes.
The watering hole
And
effect doesn't apply to just peaceful animals. Predators also experience the same phenomenon as well.
And then Samson will make his way over and slowly to which owl bear? You said there were owl bears and parrot bears, right?
Yeah.
Which owl bear is the softest looking?
Samson.
Flip a coin. No, flip a three-sided coin.
Rethink those options.
The third one.
Samson goes over to that one and like slowly and just kind of tries to lay against it.
It's a wild animal.
As you get closer to it, you just hear a low grumbling coming from its throat as it kind of just slowly looks at you.
Assert your dominance and lay on it anyway.
Can I make an animal handling check?
Take a bite out of it.
Like an animal handling insight check?
Well, no, because animal handling's for like animals.
Handling
For
animals.
just laying against it.
Yeah, to try and
To see how successful your laying is.
to try and like get its guard down.
Alright, go animal handling, DC 18.
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! It's your boy, Samson.
So, you tentatively get down, and you just lay against this wild animal. The stink of the wild in its fur and feathers. And now that you're just laying against it, you can hear the hundreds of pounds of meat and muscle and thick bone, the low grumble in its throat as you just see it kind of, in an owl-like fashion, cock its head all the way back to look at you. You know, like a 180-degree turn to the left to stare at you.
Yeah.
Then it just slowly turns its head around and just lays it back down like the audacity of this bitch. I don't have time for this shit.
So he's just laying like his back into it, just kind of relaxing.
In any other scenario, you'd be a dead man right now.
But isn't that just what makes me me?
Well, it certainly is what makes corpses no longer part of the cycle of the living. Where's Nim?
Is Nim in that tree with Yella?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, I thought you came up here to be with me.
No, Nim is at the base of the tree.
There's no fucking way Nim would climb.
Yeah, she doesn't have a ladder. How would she get up?
She
Yeah,
has a Hyala, who has an arm.
Nim has a
way-
fear of heights.
Imagine
The
Yella
only
stretching
way-
her arm from the top of the tree all the way down.
No, what are you doing?
The only way I could see Nim climbing a tree is if she just had well, she does have a bunch of sand, but she just has a ton of sand and she basically just panox herself an escalator around the tree. She just stands still while the sand moves her up for her.
Nah, Nim doesn't do heights.
Not since she last fell out of that tree.
Exactly.
Which is surprising that she's never had an issue in the Tower of Zanzibar.
Yeah, because she's not the one who got thrown out the window.
Yeah.
True, but the giant view window just shows how tall the tower is. You can see the ground is literally just hundreds
It's
of
okay.
miles.
And it's not even a fear of heights, it's a fear of falling.
Also, Nim's not really looking out of the tower.
Fair enough. Next time, have the tower fall over. Got it.
No. point is, Nim is at the base of the tree. I just wanted to show that Nim's like directly under Hyala.
How you holding up, Jade? Do you want to stop?
I guess.
Oh. Well, if Jade's too tired to continue, should we just call it here?
I'd be fine with that. I mean, it is pretty late. It's later than we normally run.
It's also later than we normally start.
Yeah.
And I have an important question for Jade.
But it's bedtime.
It'll only take a moment.
What happened to staying up till 1?
No. There are ones in the current time. There's like a lot of ones in the current time. It's like 11:11. That's so many ones.
It's 10:10 here.
Yeah,
got a
but it's also
4.
on. But it's also AM. You said 1 AM, and now you are a fish.
How can Jade be a fish?
Jade, I appreciate you.
Okay.
What do you mean, no? I appreciate you.
Depreciated.
You
What is
are.
the
Like the
question?
American dollar.
Yeah, so,
Also, tell me what Rebel TM do.
Oh,
Oh right, I should send that thing I typed to Jade but never sent. Here you go. Have a good night.
Can you think of a word that describes Samson and Nim's friendship?
Oh,
like-
that's right! Oh, I
Wait.
forgot we had to...
Well, so we're stopping, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Jade, we wanted to ask you,